What's going on, guys? Plastic Beach X3 back here with another One Piece sim video, and this time it's going to be another ranked ladder video utilizing the BOA strategy. So I was gone for a while. I haven't posted in like over a week, and it's simply because I was testing a lot for nationals in Dallas. I was traveling to nationals in Dallas and really just didn't have time to make any content, but now that I'm back, I'm going to be playing 08. Testing out some different lists just to see what's out there, give you guys a feel for the new meta and explore different options in the meta game besides, just the standard, what we know is going to be good: Lucci, Black Yellow, Bonnie, Nami. So this deck won the first regional for OP08. It was in Auckland, Australia. So this is the exact list. We're going to be testing this out on the ranked sim today and seeing how it plays into the OP08 meta before the starter decks, of course. This person played four Dofi, 3 Kaya, 3 Kaido 10 drop, 2 Kaido 10 drop that draws you 4 cards, 2 of the Gion for the Nami, I assume, 3 Pudding because it's cracked, 4 Jinbei, 4 Sengoku, 4 Law 2K, only 3 Boa, which is interesting, I guess to make room for the 2 Jozu. I guess this card's like kind of cool. You can do some cool stuff, I guess, like bouncing Pudding to reuse it, or bouncing Gion or something, or just like bouncing the Searcher, I guess. But otherwise, it's cool. I mean, it bounces a 6 or less, so it's pretty good. And you can draw a card off leader, obviously. Then 4 Gecko, of course. Only 3 Mihawk, funny enough. So 4 Law, but 3 Mihawk. Seems, I don't know. I guess this is like, what, hedge for Nami or something. And then 2 of the Gum Gum Ring, which I really like in this deck. I think there's a ton of bricks that you just don't want to draw, and this card lets you just live a lot longer than you should. Because you're drawing so many bricks. And then 3 Red Rock, 3 Gravity Blades. So this player chose the 3-3 split. It's pretty good. I mean, they're both broken cards, but they're just broken in different scenarios. And then 1 Perfume Femur, I'm assuming, for the black matchup. And like, I guess, BY Luffy. Unfortunately, you can't put it on either of your 10 drops, which sucks, but you can put it on your Boa 6 drops. So let's get into some ranked games with the Boa list, mainly just adding the Jozu and then playing into the 08 meta. Very well positioned deck, has a lot of good matchups this set. First, we're going to be playing against the new 3D2Y Luffy. Deck's pretty popular. I went to nationals and it was pretty popular there. There's a ton of people playing it, and I think a few topped. And a lot of people think that it's going to be really good next set with, or I guess OP08, this current set with like Queen Searcher to search Jack and stuff. So, but we're going to have like a triple Jinbei hand, so we're just going to like play that. Seems pretty good. They're going to brick our Sengoku, but we can Jinbei into Doflamingo, set our top 5. We can like Jozu next turn if we want to, but more than likely we're just going to spam the Jinbei stuff. Open the Perfume Femur, which you'll see is a common theme in these games, is that I just keep opening the one of over and over. They're going to go 4 into life to -1 to the Dofi. We'll just obviously let that go, and then they're going to play the T-Bone, KO the Dofi, and then swing 5 of life. I'll take the 5, and I'll hit a Gum Gum Red Rock. So just debating if I want to use that on the Brook, but probably not, since we can just like swing into it and then save the Red Rock for it later, even though I do know I have one on the top of the deck. But we probably just want to save it for like Isho or Gecko or something. And then we're just going to play our Jinbei into our Gecko, grab back a Jinbei, so that we could potentially do the same thing next turn, or just Red Rock something depending on what they do. If they play like a Robin, we might just want to Red Rock that. Or just Jozu it, obviously. Oh no, we couldn't Jozu it because their leader would boost it to 7. Which is like slightly annoying. Like just the fact, like obviously it doesn't affect Red Rock, but it definitely affects like Gravity Blade and 10 drop Bounce Kaido. Their leader effect. So they're going to go 6 into our Jinbei, roll 2k counter. They'll go 6 into the Jinbei, we'll give it up because we're out of 2k counters. And they're just sitting with 5. The worst thing that they can do is like Sanji, and they do, they just have it. So otherwise they could like play a Sabo if they didn't have the Sanji. We're gonna go 5 into the T-Bone, probably just give us a card. Then we can go 7 into the T-Bone in either Red Rock or Jozu. Yeah, so they let it go. We could just Jozu this. Yeah, and that's what we end up doing. We get to draw a card off of it, and so that they can't swing into our Gecko. Obviously, they're gonna like clear our Jozu with effects. They can just simply clear it with the Sanji, but they have to invest some sort of minus effect into the Jozu, which is nice. And it keeps them off the 8-drop if they want to play the Sanji. So they're gonna go 5 at life. We'll just give them the pudding. Probably not gonna have time to play that this game, unfortunately. Okay, I'm on 2 speed. They're gonna play a Kaido. Oh, I remember they like sit here forever. I don't know what they were doing. They're gonna play the 9 Kaido that lets you activate main once per turn. On the turn it's summoned, discard a card, make your opponent trash a card, and then trash a 7 or less on the field. So we're gonna give up the Perfume Femur. They're gonna kill our Jozu, and they're gonna discard a Nico Robin. We do just have a Red Rock into Jinbei Gecko though, so it's like broken. We'll swing 5, they'll counter, and then we'll Red Rock, draw a card, Jinbei Gecko, take back I believe the Jinbei so that we can do it again next turn. And like I said, we just literally have the same combo next turn depending on what they do. They're probably going to play Gecko. They're gonna swing 6. No, they just play Sanji into Rebecca. Rebecca, summon the Brook to do nothing, and we rip a Gravity Blade, so that's pretty busted. We were gonna be able to like swing into the Brook anyway and like either set up for next turn or clear board with like Red Rock, like bottom the Sanji or something, so it's not that deep that we top deck that, but obviously that's really good here. And then we can just go 5, play the Dofi. Set up for our next coming turns. We're going to put the Bounce Kaido on top. Seems like it could be more relevant. We don't need the Jinbei right now. We already have Jinbei Gecko in hand. So I'm assuming they're going to play Gecko now finally. Yep. And they're going to go for Rebecca. They could go bet Rebecca brand new, Rebecca Suru. They're going to go Rebecca Suru, -2 cost to the Doflamingo, so that they can pop it with the Brook in the trash with the Rebecca effect. And then they can go 8 into the Jinbei, the Gecko, and just let that go. Unfortunate, but we do just have Red Rock. Sucks really bad that I totally spaced on whenever I was stacking that. Like Tin Kaido is probably just not a good card in the matchup, honestly. Because like all their 8Ks are 9Ks, so like Gecko or Kaido doesn't really do anything. So we just have to do the old Red Rock draw card, Jinbei Gecko play. So yeah, like Kaido bounce is just not a good card in the matchup. Funny enough, it's going to be a broken card here because we can bounce this Nico Robin to him. Simply because they like don't have the stage. Oh, I guess if they had the stage, it would be 8 cost anyway. But if they had another 8-drop, that would suck really bad. But luckily they just have the Robin. Can't bounce the Brook with the Robin, unfortunately, but still probably just getting the Robin off the field is enough to secure the game. Draw a card, might as well. Pass turn. So opponent is taking absolutely forever to do anything. Speed it up a little bit. They're going to swing 5 into life, -1 to the Gecko. We're going to give them a 1k counter pudding. Like I said, not going to have time to play that card ever. They're going to have their second Gecko, I believe, into a Brook, but since their trash kind of sucks right now, they can just summon this Brook, and that's about it. I guess they could play brand new over the Suru. Yeah. And Brand New's going to grab them an Ice Age, and they're going to be able to swing 7 with their leader. They're going to direct that 7. Jeez Louise. I wouldn't think it would take that long to like play Gecko. They're going to direct that 7 into Jinbei, and we're just going to counter out of it because we can just go for game now. We'll go 8 to start with Gecko. 8 with Jinbei, and we just win because they have 0 counter in hand. And then we would have went 9-12 with leader Kaido. Going into the next game here, going to be against a Perona player. So we're thinking on this one, and we end up keeping it. I choose to go second, of course, and we end up keeping it because we have Jinbei into like something. Jinbei into Dofi in this specific hand, so that we can set up for our next turns. We rip a pudding. It's going to be probably pretty good with how much drawing that Perona does. We're going to go Jinbei into Dofi, set it up so that we can start going into our 6-drop, 8-drop, 10-drop turns. I put the Kaidos there. I should have probably put them one more back because like I'm probably going to be able to draw a card for Boa anyway, so like it probably doesn't even matter. It just you know, maximize the counter in hand and stuff. We're just gonna swing out and then bottom the Otama, draw a card, the Otama, and draw a card. They're gonna swing 5 into the Dofi. We're gonna give them a 2k counter. And then they will have the Jack leader ability on the Jinbei, and then Jack, draw 1, trash 1, KO the Jinbei, tap itself. Pretty good, pretty good. Jack's pretty good. We're just going to go Sengoku and then putting them. Now we can just swing 5, 8, Dofi. It's probably not... Just, you know, just setting up a turn to kill them relatively soon. I'm thinking next turn we're going to be playing like this, probably this draw Kaido or something. So the order doesn't really matter probably. And then I accidentally like, yeah, hit the screenshot maneuver and black out the screen for a minute. But they're going to kill our Dofi with the Jack, draw 1, trash 1. They're going to trash a Ryuma. And they're going to go 5 into our Dofi. We'll let it die. They're going to Ice Age the Boa and then Ryuma it. Fair enough. We're going to go 5 and then just play this draw Kaido. Oh no, actually I think we played the bounce Kaido to bounce the Borsalino since they played something that we could actually bounce. I was thinking about like swinging 7 with the pudding and then like Kaya drawing into a Boa, but I'm not even sure if I put the Boa on top. And plus probably just like summoning the Kaido is probably just better anyway. It probably would have been better to like Kaido first and bounce the Borsalino, but also like could have just easily played this draw Kaido and been fine. But here I was just like, oh, I can bounce the Borsalino. Like they have to invest 4 more Dawn next turn. I'm gonna draw a card off of it. It's gonna be pretty good. I get to bounce the Sengoku to my hand as well. So that's what we end up doing. We're going to bounce the Borsalino and the Sengoku, draw a card into the Jinbei, pass turn. They're They're going to be hard pressed to kill this Kaido, especially since they just spent their Ice Age last turn. On the Boa, they're going to swing 5 into the Pudding. Sure. They're going to go Momo, and then you can be my Samurai. You can obviously see that they're desperately trying to get an Ice Age in hand. They're going to go Sabo to cycle more cards to try and get another Ice Age. They're going to discard a Zoro. So we get to see some of their list here. Zoro, Ryuma. And then they're going to Jack just to cycle. Cycle out of Zoro. Obviously a very low on counter. We're just going to go 5. Probably 10 drop Kaido them or something of that effect. It's just one of those spots in the game where I'm like sitting at 5 life. There's no real danger to me whatsoever. So I can kind of just play however I want. Just play this 10 drop Kaido, draw 4 cards, put them at 0, pass turn. And they're just going to scoop it up because their hand is atrocious. And we did get the Gravity Blade, so we can bottom 2 of their blockers next turn anyway. We're going to go into a Reiju match. So Reiju just recently got second at the Dallas Card Fest in the OP07.5 meta. Not sure how it is in OP08, to be honest. I'm assuming it's probably just as good. Not sure what would change to make it ass or anything. Opponent's going to have the German Kingdom on 3. I forgot to look if they had it on 1. But they're going to be able to discard a Reiju, take something, and then baby Reiju into Reiju, draw 3 cards. And here I'm like, I think I'm just putting them. Their trash has nothing in it, and like they're gonna go -2. So I think I'm just putting them. So I do. They're going to trash a Niji off the stage, take Ichiji. I just want to like live until I can like start gravity blading their stuff. Hopefully Boa stunning the Ichiji and that kind of nonsense. They're gonna swing 5. We'll give them a Dofi so we don't go too high in hand next turn. And they're just gonna have a Chopper swing into the Reiju, and we're not gonna trigger the Red Rock. We'll kind of want to hold it for the Ichiji or the Judge or something. Unfortunately, only drawn to a Kaya, which is just ass. But I think here I actually choose to Red Rock the Reiju, draw a card. It seems like decent value. So we can swing 5 into the Reiju, see if they just give it to us first of all. Of course they don't, they're going to give up a counter, and then we can Red Rock it, draw into a Boa, which is really, really good. Plus, like, they don't have any more Reijus online right now, so at least I don't think they do. Yeah, they don't, that I know of. They're going to need you actually just bounce our pudding back to our hand, which might not be the best idea. Yeah, I don't think it really was a threat to you, but they're going to swing 8. We'll give them 2 2K so that we can draw off this Gravity Blade next turn. We're going to bottom the Niji and the Chopper, swing 6. Drawing a card, drawing a Mihawk, passing turn. They will discard an Ichiji and take a German Kingdom. They're going to Ichiji into Ichiji. And then Reiju, draw cards. Swing 5 7, I guess. Not 7 7. Counter out the first one, take the second one. We don't give them the pudding because we might actually play that card next turn. They're going to German 66 and then German Kingdom, so they're going to go back down to 6 cards in hand, unfortunately. So the pudding probably isn't very good at all. Plus, we're not even like 100% sure that their hand is even good at all, so I think here we decide to just go 9 Boa. We just really want to get the Boa on the field to like eventually close out this game. And we really want to put them at 1 life as we put the Boa down so that we can next turn hopefully close out the game. Depending on their hand size and stuff. Or at least put them in danger. So we're going to swing 9 at life and then Boa bottom the Sora. We're not going to be able to draw any cards, unfortunately. Hand's way too big. Well, 1 card too big. But we're just going to pass turn. Now they only have 2 swings to our 3 life. Of course they can have another Ichiji, but it's whatever. We have counter for days. They're just going to start at 5. We'll give them the Jozu. It's not doing much for us. They're going to swing 5. We'll give them the 2K. And they're going to judge us, which kind of caught me off by surprise, but I probably should have saw it coming. So they're going to do the whole, like, you know, judge nonsense. They're going to discard 2 cards. Play Reiju, Ichiji, Niji. You're going to draw off a leader effect and then Ichiji into Ichiji, minus 2000 to the Boa, gain rush, and then Reiju into Reiju, draw 2 cards, and then Niji into Niji, do nothing. Swing 7, we'll take that, and pass turn. So now we could potentially kill them. We're going to, yeah, we're putting, just to put them down to 5 cards in hand. And like hopefully put a bunch of bricks in hand. See if they take the 8. If they don't take the 8, then we can red rock, draw a card, and like potentially still live next turn. So I don't think we were in very much danger. Just like even if they do go down to 3 cards in hand, discarding 2 2Ks off of this, we could red rock the judge, draw a card, swing 5, and like maybe win. Maybe not though. So it's one of those games. We're gonna go into a Zoro matchup. Our hand's like pretty good. We have the Boa, which is probably the best card in the matchup. We keep drawing the Perfume Femur over and over again. We mulligan right back into it. Our opponent's gonna start with the Kureha. We just have to pass. They're gonna play another Kureha. And on the first Kureha, I think on the second Kureha they found the chopper. I was wondering why they didn't play the chopper on 3, but looks like they found it off the second Kureha, not the first. Okay, makes sense now. We are going to swing 5, and they will use the Shut Up and Come event to play the Tony chopper and then counter out, which I thought was probably not correct. You probably just take the first one at least. In Zoro every single time probably. I mean, since they did that, we can just give up the pudding. We get another pudding, but whatever. They're gonna play their book chopper into the Tony chopper blocker. We're gonna swing 5 into the blocker, 5 into the blocker. They let it go surprisingly. That we're gonna play the Boa, stun the chopper, bottom the Kureha, pass turn. They're gonna put 1 under leader and then Makino. Their Kureha swing 7 into the Gecko. Can save this and like make them just swing again into the Gecko, which is what we do. They're gonna swing 7 into it and then play Zoro, swing 6. We'll give them the Gion. Don't want to go down too far in life. We rip a Gravity Blade, which is really, really good. So we're just going to play that Gravity Blade and clear the board otherwise. Now they will have a dragon to clear our Boa, but that's fine because we have the reserve Red Rock. So we're just going to start with a small 5 here. Give us another counter, which I think is crazy. But we will just Red Rock, draw a card, and then Jinbei into Mihawk. They will have the Book Chopper again to play the blocker chopper, but they can only swing 5-7 with Kureha leader. hit a gravity blade out of life, but decide not to trigger it because we can just play it next turn and like get rid of all their bodies instead of just one. We're gonna kill this blocker chopper, probably kill the Kureha. We can swing 6 with the, oh, we don't swing 6 with the Dofi. Oh yeah, because we want to, sorry, with the Mihawk, because we want to play the Dofi blocker and set up. Not too much looking good on here, so we just might as well bottom this. There's not much to look forward to in that hand. They're going to go 9 into life. We will block with the Dofi. They're going to go 7 at life with the Luffy. Rush. We'll take that past turn. We are getting pretty low in life, so we got to be careful. We're going to start with a 6 into this Luffy. We want to swing into the Luffy and not just Red Rocket because they have the Shut Up and Come event. And we want to be able to, address whatever they play with that event. We will Kaya just to get a level 1 on our board so that we can bottom it with Boa and draw. We're not in like a position where we need a ton of 2Ks right now, I don't think. Because we're going to stun this bear and we're fine. Like we have 2 2Ks and a 1K, we're probably fine. They're going to go Nami into Book Chopper into Alabasta Chopper. Decide whether to play anything off the Alabasta Chopper. And then they're just going to go 10 into the Mihawk. This tells me they have little counter and they're afraid of dying. But we can probably just clean up this board pretty cleanly. To where they will only have the leader Hiking Bear next turn. We're going to swing 5 into the Chopper. They'll give us a 2K, and we're only going to be spending 9 Dawn this turn for Boa Dofi. So we might as well swing 6 into it, make it die, and then we'll swing 8 at life. They'll take it, no trigger. Play the Dofi so that we can draw off the Boa. I guess we would have been able to draw off the Boa either way, but whatever. Or at least like stack what we're going to draw with the Boa is what I meant to say. And put the 0 drop event on top so that we have max counter next turn. And a blocker, so. It seems like Boa is just like by far the best card in the matchup to bottom all those Kurehas and Namis. And stun the Book Chopper for a turn, which is very good. We'll swing 7 into Jinbei. Just let that die. Oh yeah, they play a Gum Gum King Kong Gatling, which like boosts their leader by 1 billion. So they're gonna swing into the Boa, and then we're just gonna block, and then we can just swing 9, 17 and win. Going into the next ranked game. Yeah, this will be the second to last one. So we're going to be playing against a Nami player. Funny enough, it is King L himself, my boy Aaron, that you see on the channel all the time. We, funny enough, got paired with each other on the ranked sim while in a voice chat with each other. So, because we're like kind of around the same rank right now. So, he's on Nami. He's going to play the Kaya, draw 2, trash 2, and then hold up a Dawn. We're going to swing 5, let him counter out of it so that we can swing 5 with the Sengoku and make him take a life. He's just going to peel off and go to 7 cards, so we might as well just pudding here, punish him, and then like call him, have the 2K, have the 1 drop event that you just randomly drew 5 from. They do. They have the Spada, so he's going to Spada, put the Kai on top, and then we're just going to swing 6 to try and play her on White Snake. Because like, if we go like 5 with leader, then we just can't do anything with the 1 Dawn, so we might as well go 6, I guess. He's going to rubber band shooter, but we can play Boa, stun 1 Kaya, and then bottom 1 Kaya, draw a card. I'm actually not sure if we drew a card or not, but They're just gonna Gloriosa and then search the Snake Dance, play Peel Off, pass. We're gonna go 9 at life with the Boa. They're gonna take that one. Hit a Gum Gum Gavel on our Gion, and then we're just gonna replay the Gion because we have enough Dawn to do so. Gion is like by far the best card in the matchup. It's so broken, like unbelievably broken. It just single-handedly wins the matchup. So you just summon Gion and win probably, unless they can like trigger get rid of it and then catch you off for a turn or something. But yeah, we're just gonna swing 7. They have to gavel, discard a card, and then put another card on the bottom with Gion. They're gonna peel off into Margaret. We will Red Rock. Yeah, we're gonna go Jinbei Mihawk first so that we can draw a card off leader, and then Red Rock the Margaret. They will White Snake, but it's like whatever because you draw a card but then put a card on the bottom. So White Snake just does nothing in this matchup. With Gion on the field, we're gonna go 9 at life with the Mihawk. Draw 2, trash 2. They will Love, draw a card, and then put one on the bottom, and then White Snake go plus 1,000 for the turn. We're gonna go 6 now. We can go pretty low numbers here since I used a couple cards, like 3 cards to counter out of that. And then we're just gonna go 6, 6, 8. Will give us 2 Apices and a Love, draw a card, pass turn. They're gonna play Margaret, draw a card, swing 7 into our Mihawk. Give them the counter for that one. We rip another Perfume Femur, almost like we have more than one in the deck or something. I promise we don't. We're gonna swing 7 into life and just draw 2, trash 2. So what we get nothing. So we'll just go another 7. Keep the Gion standing. No need to ever swing with it. 7, and then just pass. No reason to give them that last life anyway. They're gonna Margaret into Kaya. Discard the Hanger. Discard the Sandersonia. And then play another Margaret. 5 into 4. We gotta let that go. Pass turn. We have just another Gion, so we drew both of our Gions. And now every turn they gotta put 2 cards if they activate an event to the bottom. So they just have to give us their Gloriosa and Kaya, White Snake, and then make them go down to 0 cards in hand. We're gonna play the Boa, bottom deck to Kaya, and just, you know, win. Yeah, double Gion, pretty nasty, to be honest. Let's go into one more game for this video. Video's getting kind of long, but I wanted to show off this deck. I thought it was really cool. The Boa deck, first place at a regional, the only one in like top cut, I believe. Pretty sick. And I like blue. I like blue a lot. I like the old traditional like Crocodile was my first deck, so pretty cool. Gonna play against a Belo Betty here. Belo Betty is gaining a lot of popularity. I saw it in a lot of the side events over the weekend. Don't know why, but it is. Deck still seems just as bad as it used to be, but who am I to say? They're gonna actually play the new Jewelry Bonnie that whenever I take a life, it lets them draw 2 trash 1. They're gonna play Ivankov and then use leader ability to give plus 3,000 to both of their characters. They're gonna swing 5. We'll counter out of that because we have 8 coming our way. Then they're gonna play, funny enough, Karasu off of Ivankov. I'm assuming they were trying to play on triggers maybe, but I'm just not sure if it's worth it to play around triggers in that spot. Because like the value of making me spend a 2k rather than a 1k is pretty good, but ended up I just spent the 1k or the 2k anyway, so I guess who am I to say? We're just gonna go 5s at life and then stun this Karasu past turn. They already have 1 in the trash, so hopefully just don't have another one. They're gonna Ivankov into a Belo Betty. Unfortunately, that sucks for them, but they do get to draw their next Karasu, which is gross. So that means they can put 2 Dawn into the Ivankov and then just play that Karasu for free. Yep, so that's what they're gonna do. Minus 1,000 to the leader for the turn. So now they can go 5 into 4 and then 7 into 4. But instead they decide to discard a card and boost the Ivankov, which I thought was crazy. It's like the only character you get to swing with this turn is Ivankov, and like you accomplish the same thing as you would have if you didn't discard a card. I would have counted out of the 5 and then with my 2k and then took the 7, but whatever. We're just gonna go 5s into this Ivankov, see how many cards they want to give us. They end up giving us 2 for that. And then we'll just go 5 at life, bottom the other Karasu, draw a card, hit the Sengoku, might as well take something. We'll take the Gecko Moria, pass turn. And we're sitting kind of pretty here. Probably not much they can do. They can get pretty aggressive. They're going to go 9 into 4, which is annoying. If I just keep hitting bricks, I might lose. They're going to go 8 into 4, which I think if I just counter out, I win. But I was like decently afraid of a rush character, and plus, like, they're just going 9-10, if anything. So we'll probably get out of that regardless, and we can get to 12 with this hand. And that was it. So let's go into the list one more time before we close out the video. So pretty cool list. I couldn't catch the player's name. Sorry about that. I'll probably make another video with this deck anyway, because I do like it a lot into this format. You know, obviously traditional great matchups like Black Yellow Luffy, best deck in the format, and then Bonnie as well, and then like Nami's okay. I mean, you play like Gion, Gravity Blade, Pudding, like Nami seems pretty good matchup. So you have really good matchups into 3/4 of the top 4 decks, and then obviously your Lucci matchup is pretty abysmal. But like as you saw with Black Luffy, if they can just kill 1 card a turn, you can maybe get there in the end. So it's not like it's unwinnable or anything. And yeah, unfortunately they are on like the Jack, so like Gravity Blade can't touch Jack. That sucks, and like neither can your 8-drop Kaido or your 10-drop Kaido. So I wonder if the 10-drop Kaido is worth cutting, like the 8-drop one, but whatever. I mean, it's probably pretty good. It's probably good to like bounce Kid and stuff with Corazon or whatever. So either way, GG to all those guys. Make sure to subscribe to Plastic Beach X3 for more One Piece videos, and peace out.